Hi everyone, this is For the Love of Comics, and in this episode we'll be taking another one of our very quick looks, this time at a Spirit section issue from June 1946. The Spirit was a masked crime fighter hero created by Will Eisner, and if you're interested in the works of Will Eisner, check out our Will Eisner playlist linked above. The Spirit originally ran as a newspaper strip, although it was very different from the strips published within a newspaper. That's because Will Eisner actually created an entire comic section which was inserted into the Sunday newspapers. This one from Sunday, June 2nd, 1946 was carried in the Star Ledger, so the newspaper that was carrying the insert had their name on top. This particular Spirit section is comic book size. There are some that are tabloid sized based on the newspaper that was carrying them. But as much as it feels like a small comic book, the pages are not stapled together. These were folded and then inserted into the Sunday newspaper. One of the signature hallmark features of Will Eisner's Spirit stories was their opening panel. It was usually a splash with very interesting and creative ways of presenting the title. And that's because it served as a cover of sorts for the Spirit section, which then continued from the left-hand side page. This particular story is no different. The Spirit is actually spelled out by a seismograph that's recording a record earthquake that is talked about in the first lines of the story. The story also gets started with these two panels within the larger splash image. The Spirit story in this section, like in all sections, is 7 pages long, including the first cover page, and usually featured two other series. In this particular issue, it was Lady Luck and Flatfoot Burns. The last page, the back cover in some ways, is a public service comic, in this case about not wasting food. The Spirit story itself is interesting. It contains a couple of those racial caricatures in both speech and appearance that unfortunately are part of the series at certain times. But the Spirit himself is not a major player in this story. Various supporting characters in the series actually encounter each other and bounce off of each other on a remote island, with the Spirit just making some background appearances and then getting poisoned and having to be rescued. This story does feature this remarkable 3/4 page panel of a tidal wave. So there you have it, a very quick look at one particular issue of the Spirit section by Will Eisner, this one from 1946. I hope you enjoyed this quick video. Leave your questions and comments below, and as always, thank you for watching.